Uh, well, it's afternoon here in Bangkok. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome everybody from abroad who's listening, and our own group here, and everybody on Zoom. Um, John is here. The several people are still on their way coming. So this morning we were talking about the asaras and the uh, anusyas, and perhaps somebody might want to have a question about those or any other topic that they would like to discuss. Um, is there anybody who would like to pose some questions? Would you like to ask a question? Not yet. I'm sorry, I don't know your name.
My name is Tosapon.
Pusapon. Okay. He's new with us today. Very welcome. So I hope you'll join us in the future. And oh, okay.
So
All
it's
right.
Maeve's last live session. So Maeve, please go ahead. I'm sure you have topics to bring up, and Ajahn will be glad to speak to you directly.
Ajahn, this is a question around equanimity. And I was reading in the book of Perfections about equanimity, and there was a phrase that caught my attention, and it was about how when there is equanimity, when there is even-mindedness, like not reacting to liking and disliking, but being neutral, that calms the cheetah. And I wonder what that meant, to calm the cheetah.
The word cannot calm, right?
No, not the words,
but the reality,
yes,
when it's wholesome.
the reality of upekkha. So, what does that actually mean, to calm the cheetah?
Not unwholesome, no attachment, no aversion, no ignorance.
So, can we say in a general sense that the cheetah is calmed by any wholesome cetasika?
Each wholesome reality has its own characteristic, its own function. So, tatra machatata is a cetasika, wholesome cetasika, when it arises with wholesome moment.
So is there something unique about upekkha that calms the cheetah, or is it because of the wholesomeness?
If there is no understanding what moment is calm, how can we talk about what are there? And it's very, very difficult to really know what moment is kusala or what moment is akusala. For example, even giving away things for the other, it can be motivated by attachment to someone, particular someone. So we have to understand the quality of the wholesome cetasikas, that they arise together, perform each functions. Nobody can do anything at all.
I understood that the characteristic of upekkha was not to react to liking and disliking, but to stay neutral. Pardon?
Equanimity, you mean?
Yes, equanimity, yes.
So upekkha is not just tatra machatata cetasika. It can be an indifferent feeling too. That's why there are 10 kinds of tatra machatata or beka. We learn little by little to understand. When it is feeling, it is not pleasant or unpleasant at all.
So no more precisely about what the function
We
is.
heard the word,
Yes.
but what about this moment? If nothing arises to be the object of experiencing, how can there be any understanding of that? No matter how many wholesome cetasikas arising together in a moment, which one is known? Not just one, but many, many. So which one appear to be known? That's why we just talk about sati. When time comes, just to be reminded that it's not just in the book. It's right then, at that very moment, of kusala. Of what level? See, dana, or sila, or bhavana. We learn about the word a lot, but each one represents a reality now, no matter what word we talk about. Even tatra machatatasi, not akusala, not motivated by attachment or aversion at all. Can you give away things for the one you don't like?
That's a challenge.
Sometimes.
sometimes.
That's
Yes,
why giving
sometimes,
things
yeah.
away to the one you like and to the one you dislike is different. Which one is tatra machatata?
I suppose the one that we don't like.
Yeah. Giving to the one you like is not.
No, it's easy.
Giving to the one you dislike is not. To anyone is tatra machatata. That's why at moment of giving, see, it's there whether you like or dislike that person you give. If it because of like, it's not tatra machatata.
And I suppose that's also where upekkha comes in terms of not being motivated by liking or disliking, but just having that even-mindedness. And it seems particularly difficult in today's world where there is so much, I like this, I don't like that.
And before it's known, it's gone.
And yes.
That's why there must be the understanding of the characteristic of reality which experiences the object and that which cannot experience the object. So there can be the understanding of no I, no one at all. Because it's only a reality conditioned to arise to experience that particular object, sound or sight. What is that which cannot experience anything, and what is that which now experiences, arising and experiencing? What is there? Instantly and gone. So very deeply hidden. Citta. Anger can be known. It's a reality which is not the chief of experiencing the object, but it hates that object. So at moment of hating, disliking something, it can be known. But the reality which is the chief of experiencing whatever appears now, no one thought about it. So it's the innermost hataya. Why do we talk about it again and again? Not to forget. It's there now. but not tatra machatata. Each one is different. And the ultimate truth is that it's conditioned to arise and fall so instantly. See, that's why it's so very difficult to understand what is what. So learn to understand the characteristic which experiences the object, the nama, dhamma, and that which does not experience anything at all, rupa dhamma. So when it's hard, we don't have to say hardness is rupa. But that which is hard cannot experience anything. No need to recite that it does not experience anything. But the moment when it appears again and again and again, the characteristic of that which is hard appear to be that which is not the reality which experiences hardness. So do not forget, just live in the world of nimitta as something atta from life to life. So the understanding is just like the light in darkness. Which way to go, which way to develop, which way is the way out of samsara, the end of that which keeps on arising and falling away. We learn many words about this moment. Which one is now? See, Phassa, or Vedana, or Sanya, or Cetana, see? It's not known yet until hearing again, considering again, until it conditioned moment of beginning to be not forgetting about attending to the characteristic of a reality by conditions. Because even that which is experienced, it appears, but not as it is. So what about that which experiences it, which does not appear? Only listen again and again and again to be conditioned to begin to attend to the characteristic of nama, the reality, which like or dislike experiences the object it likes. Is it now? See, nimitta of whisper object. Not just whisper object, but the nimitta of whisper object.
But not known.
Until it's known. And how can it be known? When it's attended. That it's not that which appears to be known, but it experiences that object which appears as nimitta. How many moments? Unknown moments. Not only this morning or this afternoon. How long ago? So this is the only way, the intellectual understanding of the very subtle reality. Not to have wishing, craving anymore. All depends on conditions. Otherwise we forget about now. Even it's there now, not enough conditions to be aware of its nature as just what we have talked about. See, sound, gone, unknown. Moment before that, moment after that, unknown.
Always something. So sound, but then immediately sound of whatever.
That particular sound.
Jan, we can't hear you. Your microphone, please.
Oh, it's not on. Oh, that one's on. John's microphone.
It's off, so you can't hear me.
Hey, just while there's a pause, just to clarify, not just for you, for anyone, a little more about upekkha, because there may have been some misunderstanding. As Ajahn said, there are many meanings of upekkha. Upekkha is used in different contexts with different meanings, but the three of the main meanings that were being referred to, one is upekkha can refer to the kind of feeling, vedana, that is indifferent. So at a moment of seeing, for example, seeing arises with indifferent feeling, upekkha vedana. At a moment of clinging now, usually it's with attachment, but it may be with usually it's with pleasant feeling, but it may be with indifferent feeling. So this is one meaning of upekkha, referring to the feeling that is neither pleasant or unpleasant, indifferent, and it can arise with kusala, akusala, or vipaka citas, like at a moment of seeing or hearing. So that is quite different from when upekkha refers to the wholesome cetasika, which Ajahn was mentioning, tatramajatata. So when it refers to the wholesome cetasika, that is the cetasika, upekkha or tatramajatata, the same, that arises with every kusala citta, actually with every sobana citta, even vipaka citta, when there are roots. So at a moment of kindness, at a moment of goodness, at a moment of understanding, at a moment of paying respect, when the result of kusala karma has roots, then this cetasika, upekkha, or tatramajatata must be there at those moments. So completely different meaning from when it's referring to the feeling. And then another way it is used is just referring to that cetasika, tatramajatata cetasika, when the object is a person, when not metta, not karuna, but there is equanimity towards someone. For example, when one hears about someone's accident or disturbance, there can be reflection on how karma brought its result. And at that moment, there is equanimity instead of tears, because it's the way it has to be. So it's the wholesome cetasika that accepts that this is the way it has to be. And the far enemy of equanimity in these instances is attachment or aversion. Usually we hear of someone's good luck or bad luck, and there's attachment or aversion. But when there is equanimity, there is acceptance of the lot just as it is. And the near enemy of equanimity in this instance is indifference, when it's just don't care, or one's apathetic towards what has happened. So that's quite different, obviously, from the wholesome factor of equanimity. So a different context that upekkha is used. So sometimes it's easy to mix it up when one's reading in the text and not appreciate the particular context.
Actually, thank you for that, Sarah. It was in the that last context that I was asking that.
Yes, I thought it was.
Yes.
I thought it was, for example, one hears about Hung's accident, and usually there's grief, but there can be equanimity when one reflects that each moment the Chuticeta is conditioned by karma. It can't be any other way at that time. Just dharmas arising and falling away by their conditions can be a condition for a little more equanimity. So
And
it's helpful to understand about it.
Yes, that also makes it maybe a little clearer about why, if that arises, there's not that excitation of feeling regret or the various other unwholesome reactions, but just reflecting on the nature of karma. I can see that then can have a calming effect on the chitta, which is what I was kind of curious about.
Because when equanimity, in this case we're talking about, arises, calm is there with it.
Yes.
So they have to arise together, because calm also arises with wholesome chittas. And like you say, instead of thinking about I and what I should do and what I could have done and regret that it's like this, or sadness, there's equanimity, acceptance, and calm at that moment, for a moment. It's a good example to bring up. And that's why the understanding is so helpful. Understanding that each chitta, each moment in life, is conditioned by karma and so many other conditions, is a condition for equanimity.
I think it's also valuable because if there's not an understanding of the Dhamma, it can seem to be a heartless reaction by people who perhaps expect those stronger feelings to be there instead of equanimity, and that's conventionally speaking.
Yes, definitely. And when there's equanimity, there's non-attachment. People assume that there should be attachment and tears and so on.
Yes.
But we know that what is precious is the moments with calm and non-attachment and understanding the way life is at the moment.
By conditions, of course.
By conditions, yes.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thanks, Maeve. A good topic.
I think I'll allow other people to use this time now. Thank you.
Sita, would you like to bring up a topic as you're here today?
Not really, Sarah. I'm really interested in the discussions that are happening, like this Tatra Machatattha. Achan mentioned that there was 12 types, and I think you've just gone through them. I had no idea about that before. So I appreciate that discussion happening. Thank you. But I don't have anything in particular at the moment. Thank you.
Good to hear from you, Azita, not in the library. Actually, I said Sita, but Sita or Azita is all good.
Oh, right. So sorry. Okay.
Maybe.
Well, Sita's turn now. She's here, isn't she?
Yes, Sita, do you have any topic you would like to bring up today?
Yes. Metta is such a deep topic, and if Ajahn can talk about metta, I would like to hear it. Thank you.
Talk about metta, or is there metta right now? So what is metta? Can it be now? Friendliness.
Yes, Ajahn.
Is it there
Ajahn is
now?
explaining to us with patience, this is all metta. Yes, I was reflecting on it.
Kun metta is here. It's the name. Not to forget the meaning, the characteristic of metta. To be friendly.
But Sita, we cannot know the citta of another. So it's impossible to tell whether the other person's citta is this or that kusala of different kinds, or maybe not even kusala, who knows. But Ajahn point is that one can know it for oneself and when it arises. Is there any metta in a day?
Yes, when it arises.
Oh, now.
Yes. Yes, Ajahn.
So at this moment, other beings are the object of consciousness, aren't they?
Yes.
People that we are seeing on the screen, or yes. So Ajahn is saying, is there metta now?
Yes.
Is that the citta now, or is it something else?
Yes, it's the citta now.
All the time?
We can, if it, from time to time.
Yes, different moments.
Yes.
So what is the characteristic of metta? How is it known? Those moments that are with metta, how are they different from moments without?
What should I say?
Is there a definition of metta?
Yes, that's a definition.
What
That
would
is
that be? Ajahn used the term friendliness earlier.
yes.
Not in the sense of being pally, but friendliness in the sense of wishing for the well-being of the other.
Yes, for the goodness of all being.
Not necessarily all beings. I think that's something you might have read about somewhere, about about developing metta to the whole world. But let's discuss first about metta as it arises for us in daily life. Because when in a situation like this, we're not thinking about the whole world, are we? We're just thinking about the other people who are in our purview at the moment.
Mm.
What about the kindness or friendliness whenever there's any opportunity, like when one's in the shop with the staff or the other customers, or in the lift here in the hotel when there are crying babies, or anyone who needs help with the lift buttons, or
Yes,
when one goes out in the street, when there are homeless people, just right now, friends around, being
yes,
friendly, being kind, being helpful,
yes,
not thinking of oneself at those times.
yes, yes,
No need to wait for a special time or place, because that's not metta. If one thinks when one's in a quiet place, one will think about metta or develop metta. That's not metta. It has to be in daily life.
spontaneously, yes,
Yes, no need to think about it. But when there is kindness, when there is care for others, there can be a little more familiarity with the nature of metta, different from the usual thinking of one's own desires.
yes,
And there doesn't have to be a specific act of kindness either, because even without any bodily act or speech, one is thinking about other people. So the citta will be the kusala or akusala.
okay, thank you.
And the far enemy, the opposite, is when there's aversion, like if there is aversion when one is with the crying babies or the homeless people, that's the opposite. But the near enemy is attachment, when it's friendliness because it's my relative or close friend, or it's a Jan. This is the near enemy because it's clinging, not metta. So, like you said at the beginning, it's metta, friendliness, kindness to anyone one comes across. Anyone, there's the opportunity to help anytime, not just the special one.
Thank you.
Kim Hong, did you want to say anything or bring up any question? Because I saw you just turned your camera on.
สวัสดีค่ะอาจารย์ Hello everyone. I just wonder that why the wisdom we have to develop, why ignorance we don't develop, but it accumulated every moment.
Yes, well, it's ignorance isn't developed because it's not wholesome, but like you say, it accumulates on and on. And wholesome qualities like metta, they accumulate, but unless there is understanding of its characteristic or nature, we cannot say it's being developed. It just accumulates, but maybe later it will stop accumulating if there's no understanding, or if one is told, oh, it's not wise to give or look after the poor people, for example. So metta or lobha, they both accumulate when they arise. But when we talk about developing, we're talking about panya, understanding, conditioning the development of those qualities through understanding. So when metta as a parami is developed, it has to be with right understanding. So it's right understanding that knows its true nature as a dharma, as anatta, not belonging to anyone.
So Banya nature is ignorance is come with us when we was born.
I'm sorry, Peter?
That's as a nature that the ignorance will come
Yes,
with
birth.
any being that with when we was born.
Yes, without ignorance, no birth. So without the accumulation of ignorance that hasn't been eradicated, there has to be birth. That's why I was saying that's an example. I was mentioning to Sukhin the other day that a kusala can be conditioned for kusala. This is one good example. Without ignorance, no kusala can arise, no metta can arise, no understanding can arise, no enlightenment can occur, because without ignorance, no birth. So nothing can arise. So ignorance, that's why it is the first part of the first link of the chain in dependent origination, because without ignorance, nothing can arise. No kusala or akusala karma of any kind. So all of paticca samuppada depends on avijja, and ignorance avijja is right now. Like we were discussing this morning, you weren't here, but when there's no clinging, no aversion, no kusala, no seeing or hearing, avijja is here most of the day, just ignorance, not knowing the truth at all.
I've got it. Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks, Kim Hong. I don't know if Ajahn would like to talk to you anymore, or if there's anything else you'd like to mention.
What is there now? Metta or Tina Metta?
I'm not sure.
No Metta? No Tina Metta? Or is there Tina Metta now? What is there now?
Now just seeing.
Just seeing, right? Seeing what?
Seeing Ajahn, see not anybody in Zoom.
Nimitta again, see.
Yeah,
No matter what
nimitta.
we are talking about, it leads to understanding the very subtle moment. What doesn't have nimitta?
No, I think it's no more.
We don't know that yet. See,
So Ajahn, I just want to make sure that when you're talking about seeing, the reality is only seeing only the thought. So how many time of seeing when we recognize the face of someone?
so what do you see now? What is seen now?
See the picture of someone.
Can the picture be seen?
No,
See, so I see the picture is right or wrong.
wrong.
Learn to understand what's right and what's wrong in order not to go wrong. So what is there now? It's time to understand reality right now. Otherwise, it's just a word, right? So
Yeah,
what
yeah.
is there
Right.
now? Little by little. What is there now?
It's still seeing.
Really? Not you. It's just seeing. Oh, I see.
I see.
See. To be true to the truth. Learn to understand little by little. Seeing cannot be anyone at all. Just talk about it again and again in order to not forget it. That it is just seeing, only seeing, and it's not known yet, even if there sees. Because there are two kinds of reality. The reality which arises and experiences the object, and that which arises but does not experience anything at all. What is what? Now,
I'm not understand the next one that you are said that it's arrived with something not experience. What is it?
what is seen? Now, there is seeing. What is seen? Be true to the truth little by little. Right now, what is seen? Is there seeing now? So what is seen? What seeing sees. To be true to the truth, Satya Parami. Is there anything seen? What is that?
Yeah,
What is
yeah.
that?
Still with the thing that I am seeing. See
And
anyone that I recognize before.
seeing sees what?
The real is seeing only the visible object only.
See, but that is not directly experienced yet. Just remember, what is seen is only different color, can we say that? And just one color can be seen at a time. Not different colors altogether are seen in a moment. That's why learn to understand how much ignorance is there each moment to moment, from life to life. So learn to be true to the truth, Satya Bharani, until it's there, moment of in attending to the characteristic which sees, that it sees.
Yeah, God. Ajahn, when we are pairing well, that means the same meaning as the direct understanding.
Direct understanding, not different from now. So now it's not direct understanding yet. So understand the differences between the first round of the Four Noble Truth and the third round and the second round. So what is the object of the second round of Noble Truth?
The realities or the true one.
Right now, see, instead of taking it for something, it's the moment of there are conditions to not forget to attend to the characteristic which sees and that which is seen, little by little, by conditions. And that is the only way. So very subtle way. So the path, the Eightfold Path is so subtle. No one there at all.
Only understanding.
Yeah.
Okay. I got it, Ajahn. Thank you so much, Ajahn.
So we learn now just seeing in that which is seen. But there are more realities than that. And we can understand it little by little. What is other reality arising together, but it does not appear to be known. So shall we talk about it in order not to forget about it? What else is there at moment of seeing? Forget. Always forget. Not conditioned to not forget. Remembering. So what is there now other from seeing? Is it there not thought about? So now it's time to think, to know. It's not just seeing. At this moment of seeing, what else is there? Do you remember? Feeling. Is there feeling now? To understand what kind of feeling arises with seeing. By conditions, a little more understanding of one reality can condition the wearing away of very, very thick ignorance and attachment. Is there feeling now at moment of seeing?
And maybe you can help Kim Hong as your face is on the screen now.
Yes, I think that might have been for you, Kim Hong, but I can start out and help here. Is there feeling at the moment of seeing? Well, I know intellectually that, or do I? I believe so. I certainly don't know directly.
We were discussing before how at moments of seeing there must be indifferent feeling, upeka vedana,
Got
at
it.
those moments. At moments, it's very late for you, I know, Anne. Yes, so it must be upeka vedana at moment of seeing now, hearing now. And Kim Hong, I think you know there are 7 Chaitasikas that always arise with each chitta, so at a moment of seeing, not just Vedana, but there must be other Chaitasikas as well.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So one is universal Cetasika or the Chitta, right?
This is what Ajahn is asking you at a moment of seeing what else is there. So one is Vedana, what else is there? What else has to arise with seeing? Can you give us some other examples? The other universal Chaitasikas.
Like Phasa, Vedana, Sanya, Chetana, Ekagata, Jivatantri, Mnasikara. Only 7.
Again, please, one by one.
Phasa, touching, and Vedana, feeling, Sanya, remembrance, Chetana, intention.
What can be,
Eka,
yeah, what can be known now?
nothing known, just only recall.
What can be
I try
known?
to remember. It's
Feeling can be known. That's why it's so very important. So it is
yeah.
Indriya.
At the moment of seeing, it's not happy, not sad, only maybe opika.
But after that moment arising with seeing, what kind of feeling is there that can be known?
Yeah, sometime after seeing, sometime maybe with some, no, with attachment, sometimes.
Only
When we
somanasa,
seeing
only
the good,
somanasa is a reality.
no, not only
Attachment
some,
is another reality. They cannot be
sometimes
mixed.
aversion, also aversion.
Just one reality at a time. What is very important for everyone in life? So very, very important. What is that? Which is so important. So great. That's why it's the word indriya. What is that? Which arises with seeing right now. And
Ajahn,
after
is it
seeing,
feeling? Is it feeling? Vedana.
Vedana.
Vedana. Is it Vedana?
Is it important?
Very important for
That,
everybody.
yeah, so it is the Vedana Khanda.
Yes. And there's one other Jetasik, I'm trying to think of it. There's one other that has as much importance, but I can't remember which one it is.
Chitta,
No, it's a Jetasika.
Sanya?
Sanya,
Sanya, thank
very
you. Yes,
important too.
Sanya. Right. Thank
That's
you.
why the 5 khandas.
Right. Yes, of course. Oh, okay.
Yeah, there are 4 kanda in seeing, right? One is sanya, and another is Bethany is feeling, another 5 is
So
sankhara
what
kanda.
is khanda?
Kanda is
The
something
reality.
important in the being.
What is khanda again?
It arises and falls away.
It
It's a
arises
Dhamma.
and falls away. Is it so very important?
Yes. Fall away. Would be wrong. Manasikara.
Sanya. It's Sanya. The serum.
Why there are 5 khandas? Why all of them are only nama and rupa? But why there are 5 khandas?
I think it's kanda is something that combine together and to make that the being can be living on the world.
Just one kind of feeling, one moment of feeling, is it khanda?
Yes, why not?
That's it. Not all together, not just many to be taken for one khanda, but just one moment of a reality arising and falls away. So the meaning of khanda is that which arises and falls away. What is not khanda? Is there anything not khanda?
No.
Nibbana.
Dana. Yeah.
Nibbana. Yeah.
Only
Doesn't arise,
nibbana.
doesn't fall away.
So now what is very important?
What is very important is to develop understanding, to know the khandhas.
Vedana khanda.
Vedana khandha.
Everyone craves for pleasant feeling all the time, from birth to death.
Yes. Yes.
So very important.
Yes.
And also sanya is also important. Without sanya, no remembering about different kind of Vedana, that it's so pleasant. How pleasant it is to be object of desire. That's why the five khandas. Another word is upadana khanda, object of clinging, upadana, not just being attached temporarily, but cling all the time. Upadana khanda. Is rupa very important too?
Very important, Ajahn.
Otherwise, why we just keep on looking for rupa through the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and body, see?
We love it. Can be
The
attached.
world's beauty industry is massive.
Yes.
And
We
suddenly,
live with much clinging with rupa every day, Ajahn. At the life of being is much more clinging with rupa, Ajahn.
and nama too,
Yeah.
all five khandas are the object of clinging, upadana khanda. Who doesn't have upadana khanda?
Virahat.
Arahant.
Arahata. But the rupa of arahata is the upadana khanda for the others.
Yes.
Yeah, but still for
That's why we have to
our,
understand clearly and clear about
our object.
khanda and upadana khanda. Arahata, before his death, there must be khanda, but no upadana khanda for him, but for the other.
Yeah, still for the
That
other
can
when
be
we
object
see
of
him.
attachment.
Mm.
Yeah,
So
really.
it's memory, upadana khanda.
Yes.
We cling to our memories, don't we?
Why not?
There's some
Whatever is there is object of attachment.
perfect memories.
And what is the best of all conditioned realities arising and falling away?
Panya,
Panya
wisdom,
is the best of all
understanding.
conditioned realities. And what does Panya understand?
Understand the reality, Ajahn.
Now, it's Panya which understand, not anyone at all. Is there sati today?
When there's kusala, there is sati. And yes.
Just the word? Or is there just the word that there is sati sometimes today?
Yeah.
But at the moment when sati is there any understanding of sati?
Maybe.
That's why from hearing, that can be conditioned to understand the
Yeah.
characteristic of a reality. And that is the second round of the Four Noble Truth. For example, seeing right now, we talk about it a lot. Intellectual understanding. But it can be realized. Otherwise, it's useless to listen to the truth about it. But without its proper condition, there cannot be understanding. So the memory of the truth so firm, conditioned awareness of what is there right now, instantly. No expectation at all. Otherwise, it's not anatta. That's why we learn to understand the truth, to understand the anatta-ness of whatever is there now. Until the understanding of anatta, of what is there, develops little by little, time to time. To be truthful to the truth, Satya Parami. At moment of understanding, there is sati as well, but it does not show up until it's there. Not showing up yet, see, because it does not show up clearly. Very vague, very quickly, very fast, very subtle.
Yes.
So
And
just
oh,
only the word, not forgetting, it's there at moment of wholesome moment.
yes.
So that is not yet satipatthana,
No.
because it's just the first round.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah.
It's often
touch on that. Oh, sorry, Anne. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I would say I think it's helpful, John, when you point out it's often only the word, not the direct understanding of the characteristic of such. It's when there's kindness or giving or helping someone, there's often some recognition that's wholesome, but not the direct knowing that it is, or of the sati that remembers wholesomeness.
Yes, when we think of giving something away, we think of a whole situation, or even pouring the water for a friend, and another situation, which moments are kusala with sati. Not known, it's not known usually. So it's just an assumption that this is kusala. But as we know, so many different moments. So understanding sati is only when it appears. Otherwise, we just make assumptions by the appearance or the situation, different from actually understanding its nature when it appears.
Yes, and some at the an intellectual level, there can be understanding of sati, but again, it's not the direct understanding of it when it's apparent.
Beginning to understand what it's not the conventional ideas of being aware, not the idea of a particular situation, beginning to appreciate which citas it arise with, what its function is, a little closer, beginning to be familiar with it as just a temporary, fleeting reality that doesn't belong to anyone. Just at those moments of kusala. It's helpful.
Zita, you were going to say something.
I want to ask about those 3 rounds, Satchanyana, Chichanyana, and Katanyana. But the first one is Satchanyana. So is that having sort of confidence in the truth of what we hear? Is that what Satchanyana it means?
Yes, including others, parami as well.
It includes the paramis. Okay, right.
Intellectual understanding, no thought of trying to do something or catch something. So there has to be the hearing and considering of dharmas for there to be that confidence and firm understanding supported by the other paramis.
Right, because there's those last 3 or 4, Satya, Adhitthana, then Metta and Upekkha, but Satya and Adhitthana
Satya
go
means
together.
truth. And
Truth,
when
yeah.
it's Satya Jnana, it is the understanding of the truth supported by,
Okay.
yes, Satya Jnana and Adhitthana. And,
Adhitthana. Okay, right.
yeah, yeah.
Right. And then
Yeah.
we go on to Kitchanyana. What is that actually? Well, it's a developed panya, but it knows more than Satyajnana.
Understanding of the task to be done. The
Okay.
Kitcha is the task. So it is actually the development of Satipatthana, the direct understanding of realities,
Right.
the understanding of the path to be followed, no being swayed by wrong path at all.
Okay.
So it's a direct understanding. So beginning of understanding the realities well, but not enough. It has to develop until it's very clear understanding. Vipassana jnana, and this is kata jnana. What has been done, what has been known.
Okay, so Katanyana is vipassana. Those
Vipassana,
the objects have to be known
clearly,
and it's there
yes.
clearly when it's there. Okay.
Vipassana jnana, yes,
Okay.
including enlightenment too.
Right. Okay. Ah. Yes.
So
Thank
what
you.
is the first round of understanding? The reality.
The reality would be an intellectual understanding, Achan, where there's confidence in what is heard is the truth. That would be the first round, I think.
So now, when it's not awareness, what is there? See,
When it's
Satyayana, intellectual understanding, is there enough to condition the second round? Awareness.
No, it's not enough. I mean, it has to develop more and more to become Kitchenyana, to become more developed until the realities that are to be known
is attending to the characteristic of our reality right now, be awareness.
Well, not in my case.
Is there attending attention to the object right now?
Well,
Manasikara.
it's a beginning. Yes, I would think it's a beginning.
Each moment of experiencing an object, there must be how many Chitasikas at least?
At least the 7 universals.
And one is Manasikara.
Yes, yes, Ajahn.
Is it sati or awareness?
Well, it's not sati, it's not awareness, it's attention to the object.
That's it.
It's
so close. Without attention or manasikara or attending to the nature of that object, how can there be sati? To be aware, not just attend to the characteristic. Otherwise, we just keep on talking about it, but does not realize the moment without sati. And some might say that it's sati. That's why the first round of Ariya Satya is so very important too. Without it, people go wrong.
And there's a possibility of going wrong at any point until it's firm understanding. Until it's firm, there is that possibility to go wrong if we don't hear the proper teachings.
So, is there awareness of hardness right now?
No, not really.
That's it. That's it. Can anyone try to be aware?
No.
See,
no, Ajahn.
How long it will take to be so patient to understand that nothing can be done. And when it's not the understanding of that which has arisen right now, it's not real. It's not direct understanding of that which is there. By conditions, the more understanding, the truth of it will appear gradually. Whatever is there, gone, but not clear yet. Until it's clear and clear. Different degree, different stages, different level of understanding.
At some point, occasionally there's a feeling of urgency, and it could be, I need to learn more. But I think sometimes it's actually knowing the truth, that knowing that this is true, and it's probably a good idea to just focus a little bit more.
The urgency is now or not?
Well, it has to be now.
See? But if we keep on thinking a lot of it, see, when will it be? That's why the path is so subtle. It's the only way to let go the very deep attachment
Yes.
of ignorance, attachment, wrong understanding. The asava and the anusya.
And I occasionally during the day will remind myself, because it's something that you've said, it's arisen already. And it's kind of a little game I play with myself now. Just, whatever happens, I was sitting waiting for the bus today, and it was getting cold, and I was thinking, oh, hurry up, bus. And then I reminded myself, it's arisen, or this thought of cold or bus, or it's arisen already. And that, I'm not quite sure what it means, but it's interesting to remind myself that whatever is there has arisen already, because that citta has arisen before there's any thinking about what
Stage by stage,
I'm feeling, or
little by little.
tiny by tiny, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why there can be a little more understanding of parami. Without it, impossible
Right. Yes.
to realize the truth.
Right.
It now arises and falls away. Just one reality at a time.
It's interesting that the paramis, when they're mentioned, dana, sila, nekema, and I think dana comes first, and then I have a little panic because I think I'm not generous enough. I should be giving more to people, but then that's just an idea of me doing something.
All are conditioned moment. Never
Yes.
be different. It has to be as it is.
Yes. Yes.
It's conditioned to be such and such.
Well, I had a little panic about it this morning, so I instantly sent my daughter some money to buy herself some medicine. But then that was driven by attachment, I think.
It's good to know when is moment of attachment.
Yes. Yes.
And more than that, attachment is not me or mine.
Right.
The most
Yes.
important.
That's a good reminder. Thank you.
And it's just the highly developed panya which arises to be known, that it's the understanding of that degree.
Okay, Anne, it's your turn.
See what I can do in this late hour. Jonathan, when we were talking about metta earlier, you mentioned that I'm not going to get this right. That there does not need to be, deeds, words, or actions. You didn't say it that way, but for metta. And by that, well, I guess I'm asking you what you meant by that.
It's the enemy of metta.
Well, I don't know, John. Do you remember saying something like that, Jonathan? Can't hear you.
Dosa.
Oh, I don't mean enemy. I'm sorry. This is me who's making the mistake. Can you talk about what you meant by there?
The enemy of metta.
Oh, that would be dosa. Yes,
Dosa.
I agree.
At
But
that moment, there can never be metta.
Pardon? I'm sorry. I said the wrong word. I don't mean enemy. Excuse me. It's too late. Jonathan, you were talking about, we perform deeds of kindness.
Do they
kind
fight?
words. I'm sorry.
Metta and dosa.
Same.
And who
Not the
win?
I see if I can get this question out for Jonathan.
Why don't you direct your question to Ajahn? I think Anne, she'd like to.
Oh, I see. All I have to do is get it out right. Say it right.
But I understand your question. It's you just like now, even if one doesn't speak or doesn't pour the water, they can be thinking of the other with kind thoughts.
Okay,
So
that's what I mean.
without speech or deeds, yes.
So the kind
Aloba Chetasika with other as object, yes. So moments of kindness, yes.
And that can be metta as well.
Yes, when Aloba Chetasika arises with the other as object, then there's Adosa Chetasika, then the other is object, yes. No dosa, no clinging at that moment, yes, just thinking kindly about the other.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for reading my words and not listening to them.
When another being is the object of consciousness, as it is now, the citta is either kusala or akusala.
Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you.
And what is kind thought?
What is kind thought? Be same as kind words, I guess. The appreciation of someone's deeds or not coming to me. Help me, folks.
Can they just be seen as a friend? As not an enemy, a friend in the sense of not an enemy.
Oh, okay. So that's right. Because friends and enemies are friendship and enemy are opposite.
When there's wishing well for the other.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. There's a reason I shouldn't participate at this hour in the morning, but I really love listening.
We're glad to have you joining in too.
I have just one question. Talking about metta. Metta is when you go through those 19 kusala jetasikas that arise with each wholesome citta. It mentions alopa and adosa, and so adosa is the metta, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so
yes.
So there's 19, and then is it karuna and mudita? I said they don't come along with every single.
So alopa and adosa arise with every sobhana. They're called sobhana because they include kusala, but also kusala vipaka when there are roots, like in deep sleep. We were talking about the bhavanga cittas in this life.
Right.
They are Sobhana Chitas, so even they are accompanied by Aloba and Adosa. So Aloba and Adosa accompany every Sobhana Chitta, but it's only metta when the Adosa has another being as object. So Adosa includes metta, but Karuna and mudita are separate cetasikas because they're not aloba or adosa.
Right. Okay. Yes.
And upeka is included, as we said earlier, in tatramo-jatata, cetasika that arises with every sobhana citta. And when it is one of the Brahma Viharas, it is upeka. So it is it is included in tatramo-jatata. So that's why only karuna mudita have separate cetasikas.
Okay. Right.
Thank
And
you.
the other one, I think, is the separate one is panya. That's one on
Yes.
its own as well, isn't it?
It doesn't arise with
With
yes, like karuna and mudita, it doesn't arise with every sobhana citta, but tatramo-jatata, aloba, and adosa are three of the cetasikas that arise with every sobhana citta. Sati is another, sada is another, hiri and otapa, two more, and so on. But panya doesn't always arise. Karuna, mudita don't always arise.
Yeah. Oh, that's well. Tonight talking about tatra machatattha, it's been really wonderful. I think I've learned a lot more about it. So thank you for bringing it up. Great.
I wonder if I can just ask a question, changing the topic in some ways, but it actually arose around a conversation that we were having at lunch, and that was about in some ways reminiscing about how we met Ajahn, and it made me think about one of the necessary conditions for developing understanding, and that is meeting the right person. And it was just interesting how we described that encounter, our first encounter with Ajahn, and it's probably difficult to extract from that why it was we thought that this was the right person. So I wonder if maybe we could talk a little bit about that, because I think having that sense that we have met the right person can be a source of confidence when we're considering these topics which are very challenging and can often make us feel maybe that it's difficult to continue to study, but if we feel that we have someone that can help us, then it makes a great difference. So I wonder if we might just be able to talk about that for a little while we finish up, actually.
See what Ajahn has to say on the topic.
It has to be your own understanding. Otherwise, you don't know who I am.
Exactly, Ajahn, exactly.
Exactly.
So it's actually very useful for us to reflect on what is that we understood was useful in meeting you. Is that right?
I am the one who helped outshare the others
Yes.
to understand the teachings of the truth. That's all.
Well,
And I think it
Yes,
also
because I think-
depends on accumulations
Mm.
that are there, whether you're going to meet the right teacher or the right person at the right time, and so forth.
Because I remember back in the
Conditions,
times
Pachaya.
we were, go ahead, someone else.
Already, you can talk now.
No, I'm trying to switch it off.
Or
I
you
said,
could press
I
it.
said
No,
Pachaya
okay.
conditions. I keep pressing it, it doesn't go off.
You have to press and still, not like this, not like
Just mention something while they're sorting out the mic. Even in the Buddha's time, it depended on the understanding of the one who listened to the Buddha, because so many people met the Buddha, no understanding, and went the other way, no interest.
Yes.
So it's not just the Buddha or the Ajahn or the textbook, the right words. It depends on the understanding when having that association. And go
I think
ahead with your point, Anne.
Well, I think we've all seen people meet a John and not return, but I think it is very much the accumulations that at the time. I don't know about the rest of you. I was certainly unaware of that. I knew nothing about accumulations or that kind of thing, but it eventually became clear. Or clearer, yes, that there was in previous lives, or there was some history, some accumulation that made us keep coming back. Yeah.
Eve, were you trying to say something? Would you like to make any comments?
All I was saying was that when Kun Betty mentioned accumulations, I also chirped in about Pachaya conditions, but it's for another time, and it's time to finish up, and that's all. Just the conditions.
Anyway, glad that you're able to join these discussions, Eve. Good to see you.
I really appreciate the discussions that have been held while Maeve has been here. I wasn't able to attend in real time, but I have listened to them, and they've been wonderful. So thank you, everyone, for your contributions and for sticking with it, and Maeve for condition of you providing yet more opportunity for us to have good discussion.
Yes, thanks, Maeve.
I second that too. I think it's great to see you, Maeve. Really good.
Yes.
Thank you.
And so good to be here.
You're right.
Come more
So good
often,
to
Maeve.
be here after all the sessions on Zoom or the phone or whatever. It certainly makes a difference to be here. So
And we'll see you back on the screen on Saturday.
indeed.
And
That'll be wonderful.
Ajahn, I just want to thank you so much for everything you've done for us. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Ajahn.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Thank you,
John
Ajahn.
and Sarah. And thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.
Sarah.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
We're
Thank you.
extremely